Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. This week, no cooking, a break for me. I get so many emails asking me where I get my things from, whether that be the stock pots that I use, the frying pans that I use, multi bowls, even the little spice trays that you see at the beginning of the videos. So I thought this week I'd help you out a little bit and let you know what I use. Now, I can't promise that I'll be able to help you find the things that I'm using, that's your job. But I will leave some links in the description box below, letting you know where you can go on Amazon to find at least similar kitchen utensils and implements. Well, I'm going to go over everything, the pots, the pans, the karais, and there's even going to be a spice section at the end of the video so you can know what spices you should be buying to start your curry journey. Now, I will be focusing on BIR curry, that's British Indian restaurant, but I think you'll find that the spices that you buy will cover everything, even authentic. So I'm going to start off with probably what is the most important thing in the BIR journey, alongside another thing which I'll tell you in a second, and that is the stock pot. Right, why the stock pot? Because this is what you're going to need to cook a nice ample amount of base gravy. You know, base gravy is essential to BIR curries. Right, so the one I've got, I bought this basically in Wilko. It's got a copper bottom, not like mine. It conducts heat really well and I find it really suitable. This is an 8.5 litre stock pot and it does the job fine. What I like about this one, it's got holes around the rim of the lid and a lip here, so you can basically drain things when you need to. Right, so going on to the second most important thing is the frying pan. Now, you've heard me say it so many times in my videos, you need an aluminium frying pan. Even now, I still see people using Teflon coated pan, Teflon coated Chinese woks, big saucepans. But if you really want to caramelise the gravy the way they do in an Indian restaurant, you need a pan where the gravy that you make will stick. And you want it to stick. I mean, we've been raised on the idea of, oh, you don't want it to stick, it'll burn. Well, that's precisely what you want in BIR cooking. You want it not to burn, but you want it to stick, so you caramelise the gravy, effectively an added ingredient that you will turn into your curries. Now, I'm using a nice small pan for a single portion. The reason I like to make single portion, because in my experience, and especially if you're new to BIR cooking, it's very, very easy to go wrong when you start upscaling. It is possible, of course it's possible, but I think you need a little more experience. You need to understand your spices that little bit better. And to be honest, it's just much better to measure out your spices per person that you're going to cook for, and then just do individual portions the same way they would in an Indian restaurant. I think you'll find that it pays off in the long run because you'll be producing better curries. Now, this is a 24 centimetre, yeah, 24 centimetres. I mean, this is just like my right hand. I've been cooking with this for years, absolutely love it. So you need an aluminium frying pan. Quick beer break. I was going to have a cup of tea because I'm not cooking. I only usually have a beer when I'm cooking, and I drink at weekends and on recording days. Any excuse will do. You may have noticed in my recent videos that I've been using this baby. Now, I was in Wembley shopping and I saw one of my idols cooking with this, the notorious Julian Voigt. Go check out his channel, he makes amazing curries and he is a fantastic teacher. So I saw him using a very, very deep aluminium pan for a chicken karai that he was making, and I was so envious. I mean, I had red eye and I was like, I need that deep pan, where does he get that? Anyway, so I went to Wembley, northwest London, and I found it. I found it in a shop called Maru. Now, I will leave the link in the description box below. The guy will send out to you if you call him. I think you pay over the phone with a debit or credit card and he will send these pans out to you. Again, this is 24 centimetres. Yeah, spot on, 24 centimetres. And I think it's 9 deep. Yeah, 9 centimetres deep. Now, this is really good because you can cook the same curries that you would in the shallow pan, except there's much less mess. You're still going to get the same caramelisation. You can whack the heat up and you'll get less splutter, so your missus won't be telling you off all the mess you make in the kitchen. I think we've all suffered that. So this ladle is what I use to spoon out the base gravy into the pan. It's nothing special. I mean, I can't even remember where I got this. I think I got this from my mum's house. But each ladle will hold 150 ml of liquid, and it's adequate to do the job. I think you can find these in like places like Wilko, Amazon, sometimes even pound shops do these, but obviously they're a lot less quality. Moving on to my chef spoon. Again, good stainless steel chef spoon. I've been using this to turn the curries in for years. I mean, you can see the handle's got real bad burns on it, but I love this, feels great. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, you love the intro of all my videos, and you see me putting the spices out on these little metal trays. Now again, a lot of Asian shops will sell these, so if you're fortunate enough to live in an area where you have a wholesaler of kitchenware, they will probably do these. I mean, they range from 60p to £1.50 each. I won't really pay £1.50, but I bought these in Poundland. I bought these in Poundland a few years ago, but you can buy these on Amazon, and I will try and put a link in the description box below. Right, just recently I was on holiday in Gran Canaria. In the kitchens, not the kitchens, what am I talking about? In the canteens, or the restaurants, sorry, it was a posh hotel, it wasn't a canteen, it wasn't student quarters. In the posh hotel of, let me start again. Cut. In the posh restaurant of the hotel, and it was the Rio Palace, Mas Palomas, they had loads of these little condiment thingies on the side of the salads, where you could just put sauces in. Anyway, I just went to one of the waiters and one of the chefs, and I said, could you find out whether I could have half a dozen of these? And I don't think it was that day, but the next day or the day after, he comes to me with 6 of them and says, I'll take those. So I can't tell you where to buy these, but I'm sure they're accessible online. Sticking with the cooking. Right, this is a karai or a karai. I made this bowl a little bit famous when I produced my chicken karai a few years ago, and I mean, it weighs quite a bit. It's made of cast iron. It is around, let me see, 27 centimetres, which is 10.5 inch, and it is around 8 centimetres deep. It absorbs a lot of heat energy, and as such it stays hot. I mean, you can turn the gas off and this will remain hot, so it gives a lot of residual heat to the curry that you're making. You can caramelise curries with this, so if you use base gravy in this, it will stick and caramelise. Right, I don't know how many of you are newbies, but a lot of you remember I did a series on balti cooking, and for that series I used this balti bowl. There's a lot of residual heat. You can basically put all your raw ingredients here, your ginger, your garlic, your spices, your base gravy, your pre-cooked meats, and they will cook really well. I even say, before you start cooking traditional BIR in a frying pan, start balti cooking. Once you've mastered this, cooking in a smaller space, you'll master BIR a lot quicker in a pan. So I love the balti, and very soon I'll be starting a new balti series. I have used this on my channel to cook the beef madras masala and a chili con carne, strangely enough, not Indian, but a recipe that I love. But it's kind of coated cast iron, coated in as much as that it is kind of non-stick. So I don't do BIR curries in this, but I will cook authentic curries in this, and chilies and stews, or anything that requires a huge surface area and space. Let's get on to serving the curries. You see me serving my curries in these little things. Now, I've always loved these, that when you go to a restaurant, they serve it in these copper karais. And yeah, I mean, they don't sell them everywhere, but you can get these online. I was very lucky to have bought a whole load of these on eBay. I think I got 8 of them for around £29, which was an absolute giveaway. Basically, a restaurant had closed down, they was clearing out all their wares, and they sold a lot of their kitchenware online, and I managed to pick up some of these. When you have dinner parties, people will love the fact that you serve them in these. It just, in some ways, adds to the experience and the flavour. Right, these are called handies, you know, like Andy Pandy. These are called handies, and again, just like the copper karai, you can serve curry in this, you can serve rice dishes in this. They're double insulated, Water can get inside these actually, so they're not very good in a dishwasher. Something I use all the time, and I would implore you to get one. It's a pressure cooker. Why do I like pressure cookers? Well, anything that's going to take 2 hours cooking the conventional way, like a lamb curry, a beef curry. So if you're cooking a stew for 2 hours, this can do it in 20 minutes. You literally just fry your ingredients down, whether that be onions, ginger, garlic. You throw your spices in, you throw your liquids in. 20 minutes with the meat in as well, sorry. And then it's going to be tender, and then you can release the steam, take the lid off, reduce down, and you're going to have a lovely dish, whatever it is that you're making. Now I think people get pressure cookers and slow cookers confused. When I say pressure cooker, in people's minds they think, oh, I'm talking about slow cookers, and they'll message me saying, oh, I bought a slow cooker to cook your lamb madras masala. And I was like, oh no, it's not a slow cooker, it was a pressure cooker. I think you'll find a lot of Indian, Bangladeshi and Pakistani homes in the UK and back in their home countries, they will use a pressure cooker. They cook dals in these, they cook all kinds of curries in these. They are amazingly versatile and not expensive. I'm going to get a new one soon because this one's getting tired and I think the seal is going on the lid. But love my pressure cooker, use it so much. I even cook Greek stifado in this. Yeah, I cook so many things in this, especially the madras masala recipes, of which I have two, the beef madras, the lamb madras. Go check them out on my channel. Right, regarding spices, there isn't enough time in the day to list every spice that you can use in a curry or an Indian dish. So I'm going to go over the main ones that you'll be using. Now, the dish that this is in is called a masala dabba, and I use this all the time. I have got jars on top of my fridge with some of those spices that you won't be using all the time, but I always go to the masala dabba. And in my masala dabba, I've got cumin seeds, hot chili powder, cumin powder, garam masala, coriander powder, some green cardamoms, and some turmeric. Okay, so there are other spices that you can add to your repertoire, and I would say they are black cardamoms, nice and smoky, cinnamon sticks or cassia bark, smoked paprika if you want to use that as your chili powder just to give a dish a smoky flavour, mustard oil, that's a good one. What else could you use? Butter ghee and vegetable ghee, bay leaves, curry leaves, star anise, cardamom powder. Sometimes you can use cardamom powder instead of the pods, but it's very, very pungent and strong, so you have to use it sparingly. So I'll be putting the links into many of these things in the video below. Go and check them out. Use the links to source some of these items. I want to thank you all for getting me to 50,000 subscribers. Every individual one of you that's clicked subscribe has really made the channel function and flourish, and I hope you're all enjoying it at home. Remember, I'm giving it to you for free. The least you can do for me is click subscribe if you haven't already. Right, so I'm going to tidy this lordy mess up and find something else to do and think about what video I'm going to do next. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching the video. Oh yeah, I'm out. And I'm out of here. Except I'm not out of here because I've got all this bloody mess to clear up. Job done on that one. It didn't stand a chance. So out with the old, in with the new. So you really didn't think I was going to let you go before I let you see me pour a pint, did you? I've been reading the instructions and the first one's always really gassy. So we'll have to let that calm down a bit. Look at that, all froth, ridiculous. Pull the lever, attach the glass firmly to your lips and pour. Cheers, now get yourself making a 5-spice madras.